That's real. Let's jump into rowing the boat. All right. Everybody knows PJ Fleck, and he has his row the boat philosophy, meaning everybody doing the same thing, get to the same destination. He took that with him when he left Western Michigan, and he took that over to Minnesota. Now, I had to say in the 2020 year, having to go to a game, a Minnesota game. Oh my God, I was freezing. And it didn't look. I mean, these are the only place I've been. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings right across the street from the stadium, and the people got on shorts, bro. And I'm out there with almost a snowsuit on, but I'm gonna leave that at that. Let's talk about this part. Yeah, it's 22 degrees. And they got on shorts and a hoodie, but let's talk about this part. It didn't look too good in 2020. 2021, he turns it around, does a pretty decent job, right? I know he had some injuries in 2020 that was big. The running back, no, he lost his running back this year, if I'm not mistaken.
In the first game against Ohio State,
that's right.
He had up like 163 yards and then suffered a season-ending injury.
Season ending, so I think they would have been better. What is your take on that? On how he will do at Minnesota?
If I'm not mistaken, Ibram, he's back.
Ibram, yes, that's right.
Ibram. He's coming back. And then they have Tanner Morgan, their quarterback from last year. If I'm not mistaken, he's coming back. They bring in another offensive coordinator, and he was an analyst at West Virginia, and I think he came back to Minnesota. So I'll be interested to see how the offense opens up. The thing that I'm kind of curious about, they lost, if I'm not mistaken, they've lost 4 starters on the offensive line. And they, on paper, those were some big dudes. Like that big tackle, he was from IMG, he was like 6'9", 6'10", 380 something pounds. And so they're losing a lot of experience on the offensive line. But they have a deep stable of running back. Deep stable at running back. So it'll be interesting to see if they can put the pieces together. Running the ball, can help, an offensive line develop. And so I think the play calling, can he protect that offensive line? With the proper play calls, they had to upgrade, some of their athletes at key positions. And so one thing about Minnesota, that row the boat mentality, Minnesota's like weird because they lost some games they had no business losing, like to Bowling Green. And then you win some games that nobody ever thought. So
you weren't supposed to win. Right.
So it's hard to get a good read on Minnesota. I mean, if you ask PJ Fleck, he's still PJ Fleck. How you doing? I'm rowing the boat. We're doing elite, all that stuff. Good hype man. Still not overly sold as a coach, but it'll be interesting to see what they do. It's hard to gauge Minnesota because you just don't know what you're going to get. But they do have talent coming back. If they could get that offensive line situated, then maybe they can be a team that shocks some people.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard when you're inconsistently good and inconsistently bad, right?
Yeah.
So like you said, you win the games that you're not supposed to, and then you lose the games that you're not supposed to. And now you don't know where that is. Now, there are, of course, from a coach, there are a lot of factors. Injury, like I say, losing Ibrahim is a big deal. But again, you shouldn't lose the Bowling Green. Just what it is. It's just kind of like my Canes not supposed to lose the FIU. I don't care if every coach had COVID and they had to coach it themselves. We're not supposed to lose that game.